UFC 315 is right around the corner, loaded with must-see fights that are worth every penny, even for those who usually stream on the sly. What makes these matchups so thrilling? Let's dive in and find out. Jose Aldo versus Aiemann Zahabi. Moving on, the bantamweight division will see a thrilling clash as Jose Aldo returns to face Aiemann Zahabi. Zahabi holds a 12-2 record, while Aldo, a seasoned veteran, sits at 32-8. Although Aldo is 38 years old, Zahabi isn't much younger at 37. Aldo stands an inch shorter at 5'7", but has a 1-inch reach advantage. Both men fight from an orthodox stance, with Aldo landing 3.6 significant strikes per minute compared to Zahabi's 4.1. Neither fighter relies on takedowns, but their defensive grappling is rock solid as Aldo boasts a 92% takedown defense, while Zahabi has 83%. That means this fight will likely be settled on the feet. Aldo's recent performances have been mixed. He lost a close split decision to Mario Batista, getting outlanded 51-49 in significant strikes. However, he dominated Jonathan Martinez in a striking battle before that. Moreover, losses to Merab Dvalishvili and Rob Font show that when Aldo's out Petrops, he struggles. Zahabi, on the other hand, is on a strong run, securing wins over Pedro Munoz, Javid Basharat, and Ricky Torcios. He hasn't lost since 2019, but Aldo represents a step up in competition. The key factor in this fight is Aldo's volume, because when he lets his hands go, he often wins fights. If he stays active, he can outstrike Zahabi over 3 rounds. Expect a competitive striking match, but Aldo's experience, timing, and toughness should carry him to a decision victory. Valentina Shevchenko versus Manon Fiorot. Next up is the co-main event, where flyweight queen Valentina Shevchenko defends her title against rising contender Manon Fiorot. With 9 title wins at flyweight, Shevchenko stands as one of the most dominant 125-pound fighters in MMA history. She's a battle-hardened warrior with an arsenal of striking, high fight IQ, and a heart that refuses to break. She's ruled the division with an iron grip, bar a rare fall against Alexa Grasso, which she dominantly bounced back from. And that is exactly why Valentina is not one to accept defeat as the final chapter, even against a dangerous and hungry contender, Manon Fiorot. Fiorot has been nothing short of a wrecking machine in the UFC. Since her arrival, she's bulldozed through competition, racking up an impressive 7-fight winning streak. Her debut saw her dismantle Victoria Leonardo, immediately making a statement. She followed it up with wins over rising contenders and, most notably, she took on former champion Rose Namajunas in front of her home crowd in Paris, where she secured a dominant decision victory. She then faced Erin Blanchfield, another top contender, in a high-stakes fight where many doubted she could prevail. Yet, she walked away victorious, proving she was the rightful #1 contender, and she now hopes to become France's first female UFC champion. Physically, Fiorot holds a slight edge in this matchup. She stands 2 inches taller than Shevchenko at 5'7" and has more active striking game, landing 6.3 significant strikes per minute compared to Shevchenko's 3.2. On the ground, however, Shevchenko is the superior grappler, securing an average of 1 takedown per round compared to Fiorot's 1 in every 3 rounds. The key statistic to watch is takedown defense, as Fiorot boasts an impressive 93%, while Shevchenko sits at 71%. But Shevchenko's defense here doesn't matter as much as offense. Shevchenko reclaimed her title in a rematch against Grasso, securing 8 takedowns to 1 and proving she can still dominate on the ground. In their first fight, she was outworked and lost by split decision, but she adjusted her strategy and bounced back in the rematch, which was ruled a draw, although many thought she won. She eventually exacted her revenge in the trilogy in a dominant fashion. Before that, Shevchenko had been the long-reigning champion, defending her belt multiple times against top contenders. Fiorot, however, is a tougher challenger than what Shevchenko has faced thus far. Her striking volume and defensive wrestling make her a serious threat, but Shevchenko's championship experience could prove to be the difference. The key to victory for Fiorot will be keeping the fight standing and avoiding Shevchenko's grappling-heavy approach. If she can stop the takedowns and outland the champ, she has a real shot at winning on the scorecards. However, Shevchenko has proven time and time again that she can adapt and find ways to win. This fight is razor close, but Fiorot's ability to stuff takedowns and double Shevchenko's striking output might be enough to get the nod. While Shevchenko is still elite, she's 37 years old and could be slowing down. If Fiorot can maintain distance and dictate the pace, she could edge out a decision. Expect a back-and-forth battle, but Fiorot has a legitimate path to victory and could very well be crowned the new women's flyweight champion at UFC 315. No matter who wins, this fight will shake up the flyweight division in a major way. Will Valentina once again prove her greatness, or will the new blood take over? Belal Muhammad versus Della Maddalena. Belal Muhammad is stepping into UFC 315 as the reigning welterweight champion, looking to make his first title defense against the dangerous Della Maddalena. Muhammad is riding a 10-fight unbeaten streak, a run that saw him take out some of the toughest names in the division, including veterans like Damian Maia, rising contenders like Sean Brady, and elite strikers like Stephen Thompson. His most impressive win obviously came in a dominant performance over former champion Leon Edwards at UFC 304, where he secured the belt with a unanimous decision. The fight proved that Muhammad was an elite fighter, but just how elite? What makes Muhammad special is his fight IQ. He's a cerebral, ambidextrous fighter who constantly switches stances, keeping his opponents guessing. He doesn't rely on brute force. He picks his shots, breaks down his opponent's game, and once he figures them out, he shuts them down completely. But standing across from him is a powerhouse that refuses to go down no matter what you throw at him. Australia's Della Maddalena brings something Muhammad doesn't: one-shot knockout power. He's won 17 fights in a row, finishing 12 of them by knockout or TKO. He doesn't just hit hard, he's calculated, with tight defense and the ability to counter explosively. If he connects cleanly, his opponents crumble. That's how he earned this title shot. The biggest question: can Muhammad's technical approach neutralize Maddalena's firepower? Both men have solid cardio, but Muhammad has proven he can go 5 hard rounds without slowing down. Maddalena, on the other hand, has never seen a 5th round, which might be a problem if he can't get Muhammad out of there early. This fight boils down to brains versus brawn. Muhammad is the more strategic, methodical fighter, while Maddalena is the stronger, more explosive finisher. If Muhammad survives the early storm, he'll have more time to adjust, wear Maddalena down, and take over. That's why I'm picking Muhammad to retain his belt. Who do you guys think will come out victorious at UFC 315? Let me know your predictions in the comments section below. And if you liked the video, please subscribe to our channel and turn on those notifications. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.